Now for this section we're going to have a look at some of the controls in the cockpit. Down here are the pedals. Now the pedals, they control the rudder. This is how you control the aeroplane, especially on the ground. Now, notice I pushed on the bottom part. If you see here, you can press on the toes, and those are toe brakes. This is the fuel selector to go from the left tank to the right tank or both. This is the principal trim wheel. Now we'll talk about how to use the trim later on, but essentially this takes the pressure off the yoke when you're in a climb or a descent, or if you want to be in straight and level flight. Here's the handbrake. The handbrake is in the on position at the moment. That's the position it needs to be in when you're starting the engine. You don't want to be rolling forward somewhat unexpectedly. These are the power controls. The one on the left is your throttle. The one on the right controls the mixture. And mixture, if you use this properly during a flight, it will extend the length of your flight. Then to the right of it are the flap settings. We'll talk about those a little bit later too. Now this little control adjusts the panel lights. And these are the lights that are underneath the glare screen. And up above, that turns on, the one on the right turns on the cabin lights. The one on the left is just a dummy. Doesn't do anything in this simulator. These are the principal switches that you'll need. And then there's the yoke. This is how you steer the aeroplane in the air. We've given the aeroplane the Wivey name, but you'll need to use the International Phonetic Code for this. Golf, Whiskey, India, Victor, Yankee. And to the right are radio selecting switches. The top panel here, there are two radios, one upper, one lower. So that would be COM1 and COM2, COM short for communication. You select in the right side the frequency that you want, then you push that button to the right and it moves the frequency that you've selected into the active. That then becomes the one that you can talk on. And you can listen to both frequencies at the same time. Underneath, these are two navigation radios. They work the same way. You select the frequency and the right side and then push the active standby button on the right and it moves it then into the active position. By the way, all of these buttons on the left are selected for this particular simulator. Please do not switch them about. Otherwise, you will lose the controls. The third panel down also deals with navigation. We've set it up so you have a keyboard available on the right, and if you need to, there are the number keys across the top are what you can use for selecting items on screen. We'll come to that later on. There's the mouse pad. Here's the main computer. Now this is the control for the main sound. This is your engine sound. That's what that controls. And up here at the back, not so clear there, but this is a second set of speakers and it's connected to the right monitor, and the program differentiates between the two speakers. So all your engine sounds come out of the main speakers, and the voice, that is the air traffic control, all your control voices, they will come out of these two rear speakers. Each one has a separate volume control on it. Well, that ends our look around the cockpit, gives you an idea of what is there. I'll give you more detailed instruction on each one later on. Our next video will be starting the engine. See you then.